Welcome back to Bullet Catcher Gaming. This is, of course, Ghost Recon Breakpoint. We have a Discord. Link is in the description below. Check that one out if you want to. We have a survey coming. I know we've already done many surveys, but this next one is going to be an absolute beast. We will be sending it to Ubisoft. Keep an eye out for that. Information about that is to come. We put a video out recently asking you what the best weapons in the game were. Check that one out. Leave your two favourites in the comments below. But this video is all going to be about year 3. Now, since we had year 2, obviously we received a roadmap for year 2. Within that roadmap, we obviously had the Lara Croft thing, which disappointed pretty much everybody. We also had the AI teammates. I mean, there was some nice gear in there, but the actual event itself was very, very lackluster. And obviously we got Motherland, which most people would agree Motherland was really successful. It was definitely a step in the right direction at the very least. But the difference with that is that we did at least get some kind of roadmap. Now, in terms of a year 3, and will we be getting one? I think the question on everyone's lips is, well, they've been very, very quiet. Now, the reason why they could be quiet since Motherland, and when we've basically heard nothing, which is really disappointing, but the reason could be is that I do wonder where on a lot of other games, for example, the content is being built up in advance. And as they see more and more people getting invested in things like Motherland, they're having to kind of create this stuff from scratch, pull little bits from maybe things they haven't used perhaps, but overall it's going to have to be created from scratch, which means it's taking a lot longer. They obviously then don't want to give us information because they don't really have any information to share, because they don't really know where it is at the moment. I mean, I see a lot of people commenting saying, well, as far as I'm concerned, this game is now dead. They haven't told us anything. That's the really sad point, I think, to all of this, is that I think if Ubisoft openly came out and said, we are working on something, please be patient with us, it is coming, then a lot of the community would go, okay, that's fine. If it's going to be good, take your time with it. We don't have an issue with that. It is sad, though, that they couldn't give us maybe a few cosmetic items and stuff like that dropped in and around, just to kind of mull the time away as such. Just something. It's disappointing getting nothing, especially when you see things being put in Ubisoft Quartz. It's very irritating for most of the community. But I mean, in terms of some people saying, well, you're talking about year 3, we don't know we're getting anything at all, that this is dead. Well, I mean, we can have a look here at least. So this is from Reddit, and this was from 12 days ago. Some of you may have seen this, some of you may have not. And a member of the community, Megalodon26, asks a member of Ubisoft, it was actually Ubisoft, asks him, can you at least confirm there is an announcement coming? And as you can see here, he responds by saying, yes, we are going to share some information at one point, ! No date to share with you though, sorry. So that is at least some kind of official confirmation that we are getting something. Now, we could look at it and say, will it be a full year 3? It's going to be difficult to make it a full year 3 because the game has been out for 2.5 years. And realistically, we would be halfway through year 3 right now. Now, that doesn't mean to say they won't pack the second half of the year full of content, but I find that hard to believe. What kind of content could we be getting? Are we going to be getting missions, things like that? I honestly don't believe at this point we're going to be getting a whole lot of, maybe voice acting and stuff like that done. I mean, yes, there could be some in there, but I don't think I'm not sure so much about missions. I think more to do with they will do further updates, I believe, that will perhaps maybe improvements to Motherland. There may be kind of more world parameters, maybe. We're definitely going to get more gear made available to us because obviously they can make money off of that too. I mean, I hope for some missions and things like that, maybe a new game mode perhaps, but I just find it difficult to think that that might be the case. I think if we do receive a mission, it could finally be this link to perhaps a new game, even if the new game doesn't necessarily follow on from Breakpoint, which it may not. If it does, obviously that would be easier to set up some kind of mission, giving you a clue. But I also think even if it's not, say it's set before Breakpoint, there could still be some kind of Easter egg or something in there, photograph, something that will leave us guessing for a future announcement regarding a new game, because I really do believe we are getting a new game. And I'm not talking about Frontline. Yes, I know that Frontline is coming, but that is just a side game for PvP. We really are, I do believe, getting a new PvE game. And I saw that, Ubisoft had talked about before the fact that they had games being made currently, that what their idea was is instead of putting out something to say there's a new game coming and then it's 2 years away, they wanted to be at a point where a new game was almost ready, so they could drop a trailer, they could drop some information, and that game's release date would then be 6 months within that time frame. I believe they'll do that with Ghost Recon as well, which I think is why the last year or so the content we've got has been very few and far between. I think Motherland was being worked on a lot longer than we believe, probably, within 6 months of the release of the game, probably something around that kind of time. So I don't think that was necessarily, I don't know, I don't think it's necessarily going to be something, I don't think we're going to get anything as big as Motherland, but I do think, obviously they've confirmed we're definitely getting something, which at least is great news. What do you guys and girls would really want from your year 3? Do you think the game, in terms of it, is completed as such? Do you think you would much prefer things like bug fixes and cosmetics and things to be added into the game just to give it a bit more final polish? Would you like to see some more maybe vehicles and things like that added? Or do you want new sets of missions, things like that? Or would you be happy, like I said, with a bit of polish and maybe a final mission to give us some kind of clue into where we're going next? Now, I only think it's a good idea to say where you're going next if you have that game maybe ready within 6 months of that clue dropping. I don't think it's not necessarily a great idea to drop that and then the game is still, we're in 2022, let's say its release date's not till 2024. I think that's a bad idea. It's too far away. And would they then want to carry on with this game into 2023? I just can't see it. I really do believe this will be, whatever it is we get, this will be the last year we get anything for Breakpoint. It's going to be really interesting. I mean, this for me absolutely 100% confirms that there is some kind of year 3. I doubt they'll call it year 3. I doubt there'll even be a roadmap. But I mean, I don't know. I could be totally wrong there. I may be in Delta Company, but we are just as in the dark as everybody else at the moment. I really do believe, though, that something's coming, and I think something's coming fairly soon. I could see an announcement to whatever it is, or some kind of clue, or if it is a roadmap, I think that could come in April. But at least great news here that, they have confirmed that we are getting something, so we can look forward to new updates. So anyone was thinking that isn't going to happen, we're definitely getting something. Let us know in the comments below what you would like to see for year 3, what you think could happen, when you think the next game might be on its way, perhaps. Thank you so much. We really do appreciate all of your support. Please feel free to like and subscribe. We would appreciate that hugely. Take care of yourselves out there, and we will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.